I love homework.
Yeah. Let's start with the homework. Here it is. Here it is. Okay.
Ooh.
Sugeng text, yay.
Yeah. All right. Who are the 4 greatest students of Master Vasubandhu?
Stanley.
Master, it's a matter of opinion.
Benjamin Creamer.
According to the what is this? Biography. Written by, what's the name? Sorry, I forgot the name. Let me check quickly.
Is it Yongzin Yeshe-Gelton?
Yongzin Yeshe-Gelton. Yongzin Yeshe-Gelton.
Okay.
Yeah. So anybody remember?
Aren't they all like 4 people who weren't actually his students or something?
Yes. Yes. Come, let's try. Anybody remembers? The first one is easy, right? We all remember because we discussed the biography, a bit of history.
Dignaga?
Dignaga is here. I think this is Dignaga.
Gunaprabha.
Gunaprabha is here. Yeah. Who else?
Master
Tiramati.
Tiramati.
Tiramati is number here. Yes.
Oh,
Vimukthisena.
Vimuktisena. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for taking part. What book did Master Gunaprabha write that made important contributions to the Buddha's teachings, and why was it important? What's the title?
Xiaoping.
Hmm.
Xiaoping should answer.
Xiaoping, what's the answer?
Xiaoping, are you around?
He fell asleep.
Stanley should answer then.
Essence of the Ocean of Vinaya.
The essence of the oceans of Vinaya, and why was it important?
Because it sums up the Buddha's teachings without having to read like a million Vinaya books.
Yeah. All right. Let me give it. So people respected the book with the same authority as the Buddha's teaching. Anybody who was ordained in Buddhism took this book authoritatively, or as authority, maybe better.
Well, that's
English.
good, authoritatively. Yeah.
Is that does it pass
waiter
the waiter's
test?
test?
I
I
don't know. We're
don't
not
know.
waiters though.
as authoritative. All right. Okay. Oops. And they treated it as having the eye to see the meaning of the original Vinaya scriptures as taught directly by the Buddha. All the wise and accomplished masters of the past treated this as their favorite Vinaya book. What are the 4 groups of Vinaya Sutra?
Lung Namje, Lung Shi, Lung Shua, and Lung Trensek.
Okay, I am a waiter, so please enlighten me.
The divisions
according to the word of
foundation.
the Buddha.
The
Sorry,
Sorry,
statements.
one by one, please.
The divisions, the foundation, the advice.
Division, and then the foundation, and then what is the third one? Statement. And what is the 4th one? Miscellaneous. Thank you. Wow, all of you did so well. What is chungu?
Often misspelled word.
Sorry, what? What do you say?
An often misspelled word.
An often misspelled word. Yeah, that's right. And what does it mean?
Itty bitty, little.
I'm a chungu now. Yeah. Young time, little. Yeah, I don't know. How do you call that? Young time? Little time? Little boy?
What?
Youth. I can mean youth if it's after like a
Chungu.
Little.
but by itself it just little.
Just little. Okay. Little guy. I don't know.
Can be a
Okay,
youth.
If you want to
whatever.
just make it cute, then just say young time. That sounded fun.
Young
No,
time.
no, don't listen to me.
No, don't listen to him.
It's not English.
Utes.
Little boy. And okay, anyway. Okay.
They
They
say
do
little
so?
groms out here in surf language.
They say what?
Nothing. No.
Okay.
Tripitaka.
Denusum.
Tripitaka.
Tripitaka. Yes. What is it for the waiter?
Three.
Three baskets of French, please, waiter.
Okay, sorry. Jang.
Trained.
Drain.
Could I
act-
say jang?
Huh?
You
I
did say
put
jump.
purified.
Purified.
Oh,
Can I, what, as a verb, should I,
Past tense.
Good past tense, yeah.
is it past tense, right? Purified, all right,
It's an S, yeah.
to be purified,
It can also mean well trained.
well
true.
trained.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
yay.
This is the phrase that
Ooh.
I tried, and hopefully it's not too bad. It doesn't fall too bad.
Let me see. Dani Chambo D. Tineki chapter. Good. Shinta Chiri. Yepashiti. Okay. Yeah. Chinle, what's Chinle, you guys?
Identity.
Sacred deeds.
Yeah, it means the great high deeds of a
Great
holy
high deeds.
Chinle. Chinle. In fact, one of my first was named Chinle.
Hả? Sao ba?
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Okay.
Hả? Hả?
Lenchik Nepa. What's that mean, you guys? Lenchik Nepa.
Simultaneously in the same place.
Yeah, who lived together with him, who used to hang out with him. Okay. Lenchik Nepa means they used to hang out with him. How many? About 5,000 monks used to hang out with him. Okay. All right. A shame is that's what people say. Okay. That's what people say. People say that because his activities were so vast, that there was about some 5,000 monks would hang out with him. And all of them, all of those were Mung de Tupa.
Good student.
They listened to many teachings.
Very learned in the three baskets. Okay. Okay. Who's usually called Mung de Tupa?
Great.
Tsongkhapa is often called Mung de Tupa. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he learned a lot of stuff. Okay, good. Nice.
Okay. Okay.
Nice.
Thank you.
Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, I
Thank
think
you,
Shintian did most of the work anyway.
Yeah, she worked hard on this one.
Okay. Okay, let's see here. Where are we? Yeah. This is it, right? Let me see. Okay, here I think, right? Am I right?
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, I should split this a little bit for you. How about we do this much? Please read, and Venerable Utpala wants to check you.
Thank you. Chanyang dulwe le gya cha chiki choga ka karma shatam tu drakpa yang septe.
Okay, cool. Ze means he also wrote. Okay, Yang Ze means he also wrote another book about the lay, dulwe lay. Lay means here, it doesn't mean karma, it means rituals. So there's a traditional set of 101 rituals for Vinaya. For example, how to bless food, how to bless your robes, how to bless a kitchen, how to, so there's 101 rituals of the Vinaya. And he wrote a book called Karma Shata. Okay, and here's the spelling down here, Karma Shatakam, Karma Shataka. And it means, Shat means 100, right? Century comes from that. And karma means here, it doesn't mean karma, and it means rituals. Okay, so this karma means ritual. Okay? So he wrote a book called The 100 Rituals. Drakpa came to be known as Karma Shataka. In Tibetan, it's Legyathamba, which means the 100 rites, which are actually 101. Okay. All right.
It's a Vinaya book then?
Yes, very, very, very famous. And the 101 rituals, I'm actually quite happy that it doesn't appear in Xiaoping's text. Because it would take us another 10 years. Okay, Nick, can you check Sugeng?
Oh boy.
Thank you. Data Galway Tempala Shukne Genyen Tang Parma Rapjung Tang Chik Nga Magetso Ki Dompadang Lapsi Yong Su Jokpa Kelongi Dompa Lempe Choga Tang Si Shum Ki Choga Sok Ndulwe Le Ki Choga Nam Dakni Chempondi Kone Kandring Kandri Trin Le Jungwe Tenpa Ndi La Kadrin Chungpa Mepa Sikko
Oh, chic.
Shiko.
Yeah, good.
Alien.
Nice. Nice. You guys, by the way, even Veronica says all you guys are getting much better. She says they sound much better. Tata Gyawe Temba La Shukne. Okay. If you're a person who has entered the Gyawe Temba nowadays,
The teaching of the victor, which is a monk, nun.
Yeah, teaching of the victors. If you're a person who has entered the teaching of the victors, I don't care if you're a Genyan. What's a Genyan, you guys?
Spiritual friend, Geshe.
A lay person.
Yeah.
Vows.
Lifetime lay person. Okay, vows.
Oh,
I don't care if you took vows as a lifetime lay person. I don't care if you took Parma Rapchung, which means you took your first ordination. Okay, you didn't take your vows yet, but you got ordained. Okay, or if you're in the first section, Sik means section of a teaching. If you're in the first section, which is Getzo, novice monk. So I don't care whether you're a lifetime vows lay person, or if you just got your robes, or if you really stepped into it and you're a novice monk and you took your vows, or if you are a gelong who took all of their lapeshi.
full monk who took
Full
the
monk,
complete.
yeah, who committed to all their training, all the trainings, okay, all the rules. Lapshi here means rules. Okay, if you're a monk with all of the rules, or a nun, okay, Domba Lembe, Choga, those rituals that are required for you to take your vows, whether you're a lay person or a ordained or a novice or a full monk or full nun, and the Shisumgi Choga. Shisum means the three foundational practices of Vinaya, and let's read it together again right here. Shisum.
Sisum Choga, Sojong Tang,
Good.
Jarne,
Whoa.
Yar.
Yarne,
Good.
Yarne, Gak yesum ki lak leng ngusu chepe kor ki su.
Yeah. Okay. So that's all you have to read. The three big rituals of the Vinaya. Okay, the three foundational rituals of the Vinaya are Sojong. What's that?
The right of restoring.
Yeah,
I'm
doing your
restoring.
confession ceremony twice a month. Yarne,
Summer retreat.
Summer retreat.
retreat, and Gagye.
Taking the break after the summer retreat.
Yeah, that's the party time after the summer. Okay, those three foundational activities of monks are called the three rituals. Okay, the three foundation rituals. Let's go back to your text. If you are a person who has taken any vows, or if you're trying to keep the three great practices of the Vinaya, Due Leki Choganam, it's only because of the cotton of this Dagni Chembo.
Great.
Kindness.
Yeah, it's only because of the kindness of this.
Hot monk.
Great being.
Great
Mahatma.
being.
Okay, that this happened to you, Chungwa. Okay, it's only because of his hard work that any of us could take ordination 1,300 years later. Okay, it's just because he organized all those rituals of the Vinaya. Thank you, Mr. Gunaprabha. Okay, Temba, therefore, he was Katin Sung Me for this Temba.
Kindness that could not be equaled by any.
His kindness for our teaching in this world was unmatched. Unmatched. Sumba Mepa. Unequaled. Nobody ever did more for the teachings in this world than he did. By the way, Sugeng is probably going to say the same thing about the next guy.
Yeah, I think so. All those are great beings.
And it's probably true. Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Here
Amazing.
is the okay, let's keep going. Who's checking you is Christina.
This is the text that we just discussed in my homework.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so we ended up having 5,000 kind of hang out with him, and they were all masters of the three baskets of scripture.
Yes.
Now, Christina, can you check him?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Nhìn sắc trúc rễ nắng thủ tung hóa sắc par ư pa nam sắc đám par ư pa nam đám chính kỳ lap par ư pa nam chính kỳ lap te chul trim nam par dak nam par dak pa ngun gyawa shall suk tu thang tenpe te rap ki kapdra chompa nam ki tempa kyong we dushin yut che ngung ki kepa nam la tam tu drakso.
Nice. Okay, good. Ning shak tukre. Hey, word.
Yes, Ken.
Can you check this prooks?
Yep.
Okay, I think it means period, but anyway, every single day of the year, okay, if he made a mistake in his morality and it was something that he's supposed to confess to another person, he would confess it. If it was something that he was supposed to control himself in the future, dumb, right? Restrain, then he would restrain himself. If it was the kind of mistake in Vinaya that requires the blessing of the Sangha to fix it, he would go get the blessing of the Sangha. Okay, so every time he made a mistake in his moral behavior, he would do the right thing to clean it up. Okay, Jinki love. Therefore, his sutram was Nabardaka. What's that?
Morality.
Sure.
Very clean,
Yeah, super clean.
super
Okay.
clean.
Yeah. Did you find that truth word?
Yeah, it means a unit, like a single, like a,
Okay. Yeah. So probably every hour of the day. Huh? Okay. Okay. Do dan tembe terab. Terab, you can see it down here. These were the great 7 groups of monks in ancient times who came right after the Buddha. Okay, it's called the 7 hierarchs or something like that. The 7 great arhats who followed the time of the Buddha, and they helped write down his teachings. That's why we have 990 teachings of the Buddha, because of these 7 great elders. Okay. And it's misspelled in the text, which doesn't help. Okay. Okay. So those 7 generations following the time of Lord Buddha, when there was all these great Drachombas, what's that, Sugeng?
Conqueror.
Yeah, arhats, right?
Okay.
So his activity resembled Gyalwa Shel Shukdu. Who can tell me? Gyalwa Shel Shukdu. What's do?
Time.
Yeah, the days when the Buddha himself was Shel Shukdu.
Where?
Was still alive.
was around.
Yeah, was still alive. So
Around.
this is an idiom, which means his face was still here. Shel Shuk. So you guys got to learn this. Shel Shuk means while the teacher was still alive, while his face was still here in this world. Shel Shuk. So the way that Guna Prabha was acting was just like how those direct disciples of the Buddha were acting when the Buddha was here, or during those 7 generations of arhats right after the Buddha. Okay. In other words, he was as great as in the times too when people were Kyongwa the Temba. What's Kyongwa the Temba?
Understood the teachings.
Protecting the teachings, yeah, or sustaining the teachings. Okay. Yoche. Nungi kepa nam la tam tu drak. So tam tu drak means everybody said the same thing. What about Guna Prabha? What? When he's in the room, it's like we're back in the days of the Buddha, or we're back in the days of the great arhats that followed the Buddha. Okay. He's so careful with his Vinaya that it feels like we're all back in the days of the Buddha himself. By the way, when did he live?
200, about 200-300 years. CE 200-300.
I think 750. He's
750.
late. Yeah, he's pretty late. I'll check. He's pretty late. He's not early. Okay. But so, 1,000 years after the Buddha, here comes this person who every time he's around, it feels like one of the original disciples of the Buddha is around because he's so careful with his Vinaya. Okay, cool.
Oh, wow.
All right. We finished the bio for term 16. We're going on to Stiramati, the Abhidharma master, next term, which means we have some fun time now to go to Vasubandhu. Here. Yay. Okay, now we are jumping back into the original presentation of the Wheel of Life by Vasubandhu. Extremely difficult. I have written some notes here. I was on a plane in China or something, and I got interested in this book, and I started making notes to myself. So you can ignore them. Don't try to use them. Okay, they're just notes to myself. Okay, here we go. Go ahead, Sugeng. Rebecca wants to check you.
Thank you. Marikpa kunjung wa le sakpa kunjung wa sejao.
Okay. What's Kunjung Damba?
The source of the source,
Truth of the source of
the
suffering.
truth of the source of the suffering. Yeah.
Yeah. So it comes in several flavors. Okay. It's called Ledan Yomong. Okay. The source of suffering is divided into two: bad karma or any karma and negative emotions. Okay. So Marikpa itself is a form of kunjung. What's that mean?
Misunderstanding itself is the source of the suffering.
Misunderstanding is the source of suffering, okay? And from it comes another source of suffering, which is sakpa. And sakpa means impurities, okay?
Impure.
And it's a word that's used in the Abhidharma for kleshas, okay? So from misunderstanding, which itself is a form of source of pain, comes negative emotions, which are themselves a source of pain also, okay?
Okay. So, Gesho, so one is causing the others, or are two of them are equal?
Marikpa is causing the other, yeah.
I see, okay.
So, by the way, in the higher schools, misunderstanding is a mental affliction. It is a nyomo. But in this presentation, misunderstanding is creating your negative thoughts, okay?
Okay.
And they are both functioning to create trouble for us, okay?
Okay. Are we still in the lower middle way in this case?
Now that's a good question. Who's your writer?
Master Vasubandhu. Oh, so it will be mind only? Is that?
Yeah, there's going to be a heavy mind only twist. And so this is an extremely interesting early commentary to the Wheel of Life, which is going to be strongly weighted towards the mind only school. It's very interesting. In this book, you see Vasubandhu's real colors.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
You never see him mention mind only in the Abhidharma. And when he got to this book, he comes out of the closet as a mind only guy. Okay. And,
thank you. Got it.
It's kind of exciting actually to see him. You know, when you really read those two books, it's like he's another person. And then you realize how well he faked being an Abhidharma scholar. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Please read the next one. Rebecca, you're not finished yet.
Marikpa konala tenne marikpa jungwa yinki tulsin mayin par yila chepala sokpa le ni mayinte mongpa kona lete kewe chiro. Okay,
now this conversation, and you know, because we're having these classes three times a year for 2 weeks or something, then we kind of lose the flow, you know. Actually, we should do them every day of the year. But and I would have a breakdown.
We all would.
But anyway, because we have not been doing the classes in every day, it's easy to lose the flow. And the big flow here is we are not yet into the 12 links. We're about to step into the 12 links. I think maybe even in this class, we're going to reach the 12 links. We are in the Dumbo. What's that?
The first principle.
Yeah, we're in the discussion of the first principles, which means we're treating the whole wheel as one big thing. And the question somebody's been on is, how comes there's only 12 links?
Yeah.
You know, is it that the first link doesn't have a cause? Is it that the last link doesn't have a result? You know, it's not as though death is the end of everything. And it's not as though misunderstanding didn't come from anywhere, okay? So why don't you have 13 links, or why don't you have 14 links, okay? And that's where we are, okay? So he says here, what's the source of misunderstanding? What comes before the first link? Misunderstanding. Okay, he says, so don't hassle me that we should have had a link before the first link. I know that everything didn't start with misunderstanding. Misunderstanding came from something in the life before. I know that. But listen, it was the same stuff. Okay, where does the first link come from? It comes from the first link. Got it? So don't tell me I should put another link in front of the first link. Okay, got it?
Okay.
Then somebody said, no, 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 no. Lord Buddha said, what triggers misunderstanding in your mind, and by the way, my trance said the same thing, is you look at things the wrong way. Okay?
And
You look at things the wrong way. It's called what here, you guys?
มองป่าเอ้ยอ๋อ
Su Shin Mayim Ba Yi La Chepa. Okay? Su Shin Mayim Ba Yi La Chepa means
Focusing on the
look
way
at
things
the
aren't.
wrong way. You look at things the wrong way, okay? But it's not full misunderstanding yet. You're just starting to look at things the wrong way. You're starting to feel like the pen comes from its own side. You're starting to get upset at your husband in the kitchen because you don't understand he's coming from you, okay? So it's not full misunderstanding yet. It's starting to look at things the wrong way. And somebody says, Vasubandhu, look, we should have 13 links. And Vasubandhu says, where do you want to add the extra one? And they said, let's add it before misunderstanding. And Vasubandhu was like, yeah, okay, what do you want to add before misunderstanding? Well, let's add thinking of things the wrong way. Because Buddha said, first you think of things the wrong way, and then you get misunderstanding. He said misunderstanding is born from thinking of things the wrong way, okay?
Okay.
And he says, Mayan. Okay.
It's not.
It's not the same weight as misunderstanding. It's a ken. What's that mean? It's not really a cue. It's a
It's a
condition.
condition, not a cause.
It's almost a minor condition. It's not full misunderstanding. It doesn't deserve to be the 13th link in the wheel of life. Okay. Does it happen before you misunderstand something? Yes. You start to think your husband the wrong way. Does it deserve to be a 13th link? No, it's not big enough. Okay. Okay. All right. Sapaleni Mayande. Then he says, Momba konale de kewechiro. In the end, misunderstanding only stems from misunderstanding. Okay. You have the habit of believing your husband's coming from his own side. You've had that habit for billions of lifetimes. And it's the habit that makes it happen again. It's not that for a few minutes before you fight with him, you think the wrong way. That's not the source of misunderstanding. Misunderstanding comes from billions of lifetimes of misunderstanding. Cool.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
Joshua,
All right.
Really cool.
Joshua,
Yeah.
I have a question about these wheel of life texts and this 13th link thing. Do any of these authors who do wheel of life commentaries ever get into detail about the other rings in the painting, the Goas and the the 5 realms and everything else?
Cool question.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've been calling these books Wheel of Life books but actually these are dependent origination books. Okay. Yeah. So this book of this particular book of Vasubandhu is not going to get into the other parts of the painting. It's not a commentary on the painting, really. It's a commentary on the 12 links.
Are there any such books?
Ancient books, or
Yeah.
Authoritative.
yeah, there's a fascinating. Now that you ask, there's 2 or 3 fascinating books which I have read about Lord Buddha painting the whole thing for certain people. And the story I like the best is when he painted the Wheel of Life himself and sent it in a letter to Sri Lanka to a queen. And in there is an explanation of all the pieces. Yeah. So if you're ever bored, we can read that.
Is that sutra? It's Lord Buddha himself doing it? Is it? Or is
Yeah. And that lady, if you want to know more about the story,
same too?
she was a servant woman of some rich ladies who got to go to a teaching of Lord Buddha, and she was feeling bad because she really wanted to learn it, and they had jewelry on. They all dressed up for the talk by Lord Buddha on the 12 links, and when he got up to teach, I think it was Ananda told the ladies, look, you can't wear jewelry in front of Lord Buddha. That's not appropriate. You know, he's not supposed to teach people with sticks or weapons or jewelry. And so they gave the servant woman all the jewelry and asked her to go back home and take care of it. And on the way home, she was praying that she could meet the Buddha. And if I remember correctly, she got eaten by a tiger.
Whoops.
Or something like that. And then she got born in Sri Lanka as a queen. And the connection continued. And Buddha said, it's a long story. They talk about the whole wheel. All right. And there's another sutra also like that, which is another story. Okay. Let's keep reading. Word now as payment. You have to check Sugeng.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Rangki Rik Chikle Chik Jung Pana Sulshin Mayin Par Ila Chepala Sokpe Hlakpar Gepar Jung Par
Jungwar.
Jungwar Chete Sabung Gepani Hlakpar Pang Kawanyin Ni Yinpe Chiro.
Good. Listen, Rangi Rik Chikle Chik Chun. Things happen from things of their same type. And we saw similar language in the definition of the power of life.
Love
Of life, right? In Stanley's text, okay? Things tend to replicate, okay? Things of a certain type produce other things of the same type, okay? So look, you want to talk about looking at things the wrong way? Well, what does that produce? According to what he just said, Sugeng.
So it's a wrong understanding.
Yeah, no, looking at things the wrong way tends to trigger more looking at things the wrong way. Okay. It kind of just enhances everything. Okay. Looking at things the wrong way tends to lead to more looking at things the wrong way. But we are not emphasizing that looking at things the wrong way is so big in the production of misunderstanding that it deserves to be a 13th link. Okay. Okay. But I have to say that looking at things the wrong way plants a seed that causes us to have more and more increasing difficulty of looking at things the wrong way. It gets harder and harder to give up
Oh, wow.
our habit of looking at things the wrong way, or even of misunderstanding, if we've done this looking at things the wrong way over and over again. So we can say that looking at things the wrong way is like fertilizer, but not really the seed.
Okay. The conditions, right?
Yeah, it's a condition that helps misunderstanding get thicker and harder to give up. But look, it's not really the misunderstanding of the previous moment. Okay.
Okay. Wow.
All right. Please read.
Thế tạo về nó thế yang thế khen yến par sung so.
Yeah, and that's why Buddha said, looking at things the wrong way is a ken as opposed to a gyu.
It's a condition as opposed to a cause.
Yeah, and therefore, since it's not the real cause of misunderstanding, it's just a condition, it doesn't deserve to be a separate link. Don't tell me that there should be other links, because it's endless, okay? Everything comes from something, then there'd be a zillion links, okay? Okay.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Please read.
Okay. Word again.
Yeah.
Ona do den dir day ken chi chir masung shena.
Yeah, good. So look, this guy comes up and asks a question. And he says, look, if starting to think of things the wrong way is a condition for misunderstanding as the first link, why didn't they mention it in this sutra? Okay, even if it's just like the fertilizer for misunderstanding, why didn't they talk about it in this sutra? Okay. And here we go. Timothy, let's go.
Tela yang sen jupar ja gupar gyula kang ne tente kewe rimpa tempa champar ja kang ki dundu yanlak chuni tenpa tela ni marik pe ken tenpa gupa mete teang chi tenpa chao.
Okay. De la yang shen jupaja gopagyola. We should talk more about this elsewhere. Okay. Shen means elsewhere. Okay. You know, this is something, your question's not bad. It's worth talking more about it. Okay. About the role that thinking of things. By the way, in Maitreya's 5 or 7 steps, where does thinking of things the wrong way come from?
Niki Bakchak. It's the
Nice. Yeah.
The inborn tends you to see things as being self-existent.
From your past life.
From your past life.
Okay, good. So I mean, this endless, the thinking of things the wrong way also has its own trigger. There's no beginning, okay? Listen, when we're presenting the 12 links, we're trying to figure out, how did you kewa?
How were you born?
Yeah, how did you get born? That's the theme of the Wheel of Life. You know, the theme of this 12 links. We're trying to figure out, why did you come here? How did you come here? Okay. And for that purposes of figuring out how you got born here, it's enough. The 12 is enough. That's why we teach 12. Okay. And in a discussion of the conditions that forced you to take birth into this life, talking about the conditions of the first link, Gopa me.
No purpose.
It's no big purpose. It doesn't help us figure out why you got born here. Okay, the purpose of the 12 links is to figure out why you got born here, okay? And look, it's interesting. Let's talk about it some more later. Chi temba jao. Let's talk about it some more later. Chi means later on, okay?
Yeah.
And that's the eternal teacher's way to delay a student.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, yeah, you're so smart. We got to talk about that. We'll do it later on, okay? All right.
So it won't appear in this book, right?
It won't appear in this kalpa. What are you talking about?
In this kalpa. All right. Got it.
Okay. All right. Dr. Kramer, are you still awake there?
Hard to say.
Let's go. I know, I'm sorry it's late, and boy, it's going to get harder, you guys.
I'm
Just hang
happy.
in there.
It's good.
Hang in there. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's fun for me, but I know it's really hard to sit and listen.
It's hard
That's
and
fine.
fun.
Okay. Here we go.
Marik pe ken rangi rikin yang dir yan lak nam ki ken rangi rik chupa dupa maimpe dir ni day ken chupa chawa maino.
Yeah, now there's a problem here, okay, Sugeng.
Yeah.
All the 12 are introduced originally as kin.
Mhm.
Oh,
Okay, all 12 were called triggers. I like
Yes.
trigger in the wheel of life. When I say kin, I like trigger. Okay, look, all 12 were called kins or triggers already. And now you don't want to include something because it's a kin?
All right. Yeah.
Okay, it's a good question. I'll say it
It
again.
is.
We already introduced all 12 as triggers, and we used the word kin. Then he wanted to add a secondary factor, not a main cause, in the group of 12. And we said, no, that's just a kin. And then he says, well, God dang, you said everything is a link because it's a kin. Now you say you don't want to include this one because it's a kin, okay?
Mhm.
And we say it's not the same kind of kin,
Of course.
okay? It's not the main link. That's a trigger, that's a kin. When we're telling you here, we don't want to include thinking of things the wrong way as a link. We're saying it's just a secondary cause. It's not a primary cause, okay?
Okay.
Therefore, they can jupachao mayan. We don't talk about it here as the trigger type of kin. Okay.
Okay. Oh, wow.
All right. Here we go. Dr. Kramer, you're still checking, okay?
I am.
Dear kachik gilwa marik te ken ma mupe chir korwa tokma yupar ngirwa tang yan lak patang dedak la tuk pa mepar ngiro shete gelne.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Kachik means some people say. Kachik goa means some people argue. Goa means argue, okay? They say, look, in this sutra, the Marikpe Ken Mamu,
It's not mentioned.
they don't mention a link before misunderstanding. Therefore, Korwa has a tokma.
Beginning to, there is a beginning.
Yeah, therefore, there's a beginning to samsara, okay?
Wow.
Again, hey, we came up with a 13th link in front of the first link. Yeah, no, we said we don't want that. Okay, so there's no link in front of the first link. Right. Okay, so samsara has a beginning.
Very
That's
smart.
his argument, okay? And moreover, since I assume you haven't added some links at the end that you could have, samsara must have a,
Starting.
I'm sorry, since you didn't add links that you could have, then can we say samsara is also infinite?
Okay.
Can we say that because there's no link in front of one, there is a beginning to samsara? And can we say, since you probably haven't added links at the end that you could have, that samsara has no end?
You haven't added links that you could have?
Yeah, Yenla Sakpa. There's other links you could have added, okay? But you didn't because you don't want to add links in the front or the back. So if you don't have links in the front, that must be where everything starts. And if there's more links that you didn't mention that you should have added at the back, then samsara is infinite. It goes on forever, okay?
We got to get that Kachika cookie or something. He's a big
He's
mess
good.
up.
He's not a slouch. He's not a slouch. Deke Gel means he expresses this argument, okay? He fights us in this argument, okay? Let's see what's our answer.
Wow.
Please read. And Utpala wants to check you.
Okay. Lenny
I think
Chulshin.
we're going somewhere. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, let's go back. Where were we? Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, this one, right? Yeah. Lenny Chulshin Main Par Ila Chepa Marik Pe Ken Yino Shedode Shen Le Jung Wa Ngarten Sinto.
Yeah, Ten Sinto, look, I already told you, Dode Shenle, if you check other sutras, they did say that misunderstanding has its own causes. For example, thinking about things the wrong way. We already talked about that. Don't tell me that I think that samsara does have a beginning. Don't tell me that. I'm the one who brought up this thing about other sutras saying that there's things which trigger misunderstanding, like thinking of things the wrong way. So don't tell me that I said that samsara had a beginning. I never said that. But you said there's a first link. Yes, I did. But doesn't that mean samsara has a beginning? No. The wheel of life is meant to discuss how did you get here in this life? Okay, I'm not trying to discuss billion lifetimes. We're trying to figure out how you got here. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, answer to the second argument. The second argument was, well, since there's probably links that you left out after Gashi, aging and death, then I guess samsara goes on forever, right? And we say, go ahead.
Yan lak lak pa yang main te len pe nang tu te du pe chiro.
Yeah. Also, there are not more links after 12. Okay. I'm not saying there's more links after 12. Why? Any links that come after 12 are already in Gupalemba.
Included inside?
Inside of Gupalemba.
Number 9.
Yeah.
Number
9. Okay. And these are misunderstanding which feeds the growth, the opening of your seeds at link number 10. Okay. We call it advanced desire, right? Misunderstanding the world. Okay.
This is talking about the links of the 12.
Yeah, he says, look, if you want to say that if you want to say that samsara goes on forever, the place to say it is in link number 9. Sorry, is in link number 9. It's not in link number 12. Okay. Link number 12 is all about getting old and dying.
Yes.
What's going on forever is feeding your negative seeds at link number 9. You want to add extra links, do it at 9.
Okay.
All
right.
Would you help us? Would you be willing to help us like get some shade of difference here between Yila Chepa and Marikpa?
I'm glad you asked that. Let's go back to Maitreya's 5 or 7 steps, right? And Sugeng, what he's asking is,
By the way, again, we have 1 minute.
okay,
Oh, yeah.
but it's a good question. Dr. Kramer's asking a question that we should have asked, and as usual, and it's look, then what's the difference between taking things the wrong way and misunderstanding them? Okay, why does taking things the wrong way? I'll take you there. You ready? I have an answer for you, believe it or not. Let's see. Oh, hang on. Don't worry, I'm not going to take any extra time. I have a present for you.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Lord
Yeah.
Maitreya. Oh, my children.
This is the steps of Maitreya
Right. Cool.
from the textbook of Sarah May, written by,
Kecho Tempadage.
yeah, and it's exactly what Adam said. Okay. First, you get those seeds for the two kinds of ignorance from your past life. And because of those bok choks, you get the two kinds of ignorance in this life. Due to that, okay, you get yi, tsu min yi che means looking at things the wrong way. Here it is. Okay,
Yep.
because of those seeds growing, you get this habit of looking at things the wrong way. What does it mean? And here's your answer, Ben, and then we can stop. Okay. What does it mean is things look to you as if they could be pleasant or
Right.
unpleasant from their own side. So the difference between link number one and seeing things and thinking of things the wrong way is tied up with how nice do they look to you.
Mhm.
Okay, and that's the difference. Okay, so it's a kind of a bias or kind of a prejudice about things that you like and things that you don't like, and then that triggers full-on ignorance.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mm,
cool.
yeah. Wow.
Yay.
Thank you.
Hey. Wow.
Okay, good question.
Yeah.
Cool answer.
What is the next phrase, Geshe-la? The next.
Oh yeah, when you're gonna do your homework on? Let me see. Okay, here we go. Okay, I got something really sexy for you, and it's right. I want you to translate from here. Okay, it's gonna, you'll see Sutra section 12. Okay, and I want you to do 1, 2, 3. I want you to do this number 1 here. Okay, so
Number
you're
one,
going to do
okay.
3 sections. You're going to do Marikpe Kenki, then you're going to do Marikpe Kangshena, and then you're going to do Yopa Gopa. These 3 small sentences.
All right. Thank you.
And I'll tell
Thank
you
you.
why you're going to do that.
Okay.
We are starting the real 12 links.
Wow. Yay.
Okay, we are finished with the
Dangpo, the first principle.
first principles, and now we're jumping into the first of the 12 links. It's a big moment in your text, and we're about to start the discussion of misunderstanding. Cool.
Cool. Thank you. Wow.
All right, Grandpa is gonna have a delicious dinner.
Yeah. Shashi Geshe-la Gewadi.
Actually, what's the best thing about having my wife here? And she's, by the way, she's feeling completely cured from her.
Yeah.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Thank God, because I was having frozen macaroni for many days. All right, see you guys tomorrow.
Good night, Geshe-la.
Thank you.
Get some
Thank you so
sleep.
much.
Take care of yourself. Get some sleep. During these 2 weeks, be strict about getting some sleep. Turn off your Netflix. All right.
Thank you.
Good night, guys.
Thank you, Geshe-la. Thank you, everybody.
Well, I need.
Why?
Thank you.
Thank you, translator.